conference.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Kindly swear the witness. Swear in the witness, please.
I, Nicholas Kenya Josephat, do solemnly swear that the evidence that I shall give before this Senate in respect of the matters before the Senate shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me God.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Witness, kindly introduce yourself for record purposes.
I am Nicholas Kenya Josephat, others referred to as Kenyamona, elected member of County Assembly representing Nyaki East.
The County Assembly of which county?
Meru County.
Thank you. Mr. Nicholas Kenya, have you read the motion for impeachment?
Yes, I have.
That is before the Senate.
Exactly.
Have you also had a chance to look at the governor's response that has been filed?
I have also gone through it.
Have you filed an affidavit in support of the response by the governor?
Yes, I have.
Is it the affidavit contained in that response appearing at page 86 all the way to page 89?
It is.
Do you wish to rely completely on the affirmance in that affidavit?
I wish to rely on it.
Thank you. I will ask you very few questions, targeted questions for the purposes of this motion. Being a member of the County Assembly of Meru, you are privy to the political happenings in Meru County. Am I right?
Very right.
It has been said that the governor of Meru has been unable to work with any of the elected leaders, specifically members of County Assembly. Is that your position?
It is not my position.
Has the governor been able to work with members of County Assembly of Meru?
Exactly after the first impeachment, the governor made peace with majority, if not all, of the members of County Assembly, and we have had a good working relationship.
Yesterday, counsel for the County Assembly said that that marriage was lasted for a few weeks after the first impeachment. Is that the position? And if it's not the position, how long did that harmonious working relationship last?
I can confirm that you have been having a good working relationship with the governor after the first impeachment. It cannot be said that it lasted for a few weeks because it has been so until mid-September when cracks and crises were introduced to the members of County Assembly.
You allude to cracks and?
Cracks, walls, incitements
were introduced to members of County Assembly.
Exactly.
Who introduced these cracks to the members of County Assembly, to the best of your assessment and knowledge?
Much of what happened and what has brought us here is incitement by, to the members of County Assembly, mostly by members of Parliament, that is members of National Assembly, as well as other political leaders in Meru who may not be elected at the moment.
Thank you. You have had a chance to look at the motion for impeachment.
Yes.
Do you believe that the governor is guilty of any of the charges that she is facing?
I'll say not guilty.
Why do you say so?
Simply because if you look at the allegations, many of them do not impute any wrongdoing on the governor herself, same time, I know the decision of the County Assembly of Meru through 59 members to impeach the governor cannot be termed as what was their own decision at their free will. There was incitement, there was coercion, as will be demonstrated later.
Thank you. Let us actually demonstrate that right now. You're saying that the County Assembly of Meru did not exercise their mind fully in interrogation of these issues, that they were acting on intimidation and other forces. Kindly explain that to the Senate.
I'm saying the members were not freely exercising their decisions because some were coerced by political parties that they serve through their leaders. Others, it was a kind of a campaign where some of the MCAs were promised that if the governor goes and the deputy governor takes the seat, there will be the doubling of one development funds from the current 15 million that is given by the governor to 30 million. And that one brought some sense of excitement among the members, as well as pushing them to impeach the current governor.
Mr. Nicholas Kenywa,
yes.
Were you at any point approached and given an incentive to support the motion for impeachment? And if so, what was the nature of that incentive?
Now, one of the incentives to impeach the governor was the promise that once she goes, the One Development Fund will be doubled from 15 million to 30 million. Of course, there were other inducements, like some MCAs being promised that there will be CEC members in the executive once the governor goes. Some of them are promised to be chief officers.
Honorable witness, listen to your counsel and answer his question.
Thank you.
The question was very specific. Were you approached and given any kind of incentive? And if you are, what kind of incentive? That was the question from your counsel.
Yes, I was.
By whom? Who approached you, and what kind of incentive were you given?
Some of the incentives was monetary inducement.
By whom? Who approached you?
Now, one of the person who was sent to offer monetary inducement was a friend of mine known as Kimathi. He told me that he has been sent. If I accept to send away the governor, I can get an amount.
Let us go to paragraph 7 of your affidavit. You make certain allegations there. Kindly substantiate what you mean.
Yes, sir. Paragraph
7 of your affidavit appearing at page 87.
I can confirm that the deputy governor also called me and several other members of the county assembly where he sought my support in the impeachment of the governor, and in return he would double our want development fund from 15 million to 30 million.
Is it your evidence before this Senate that the deputy governor of Meru actually called you in person?
Yes, it is.
For your support in this impeachment motion?
Yes, it is.
Is it also your evidence that the deputy governor of Meru issued a specific incentive of increasing the ward development fund from 15 million to 30 million as an exchange for your support in this impeachment motion?
I can confirm the same, not only to myself but to other members of the county assembly. It was a promise.
Did you accept the incentive?
Personally, I did accept it. I took it to be...
Did or did not?
I did not.
You did not?
I did not accept it.
Yes.
I took it to be a mere campaign promise that may not materialize, knowing the kind of finance you're getting from the national government as a county.
Are you aware if any of your colleagues at the county assembly accepted the incentive?
Majority of them bought the idea, and within the conversation in our circles, you can hear that they are convinced if the governor goes and the deputy governor assumes office, this one will materialize and it will be to their benefit.
You talk about conversation in your circles. What circles are these?
Normally, we have formal and informal talks as members of the county assembly we are friends with some of them, and so that's what I mean by circles.
Let us go to the issue of threats, because that is about the incentives. Are you aware of any threats that were issued for people who were not in support of the impeachment?
Many members of County Assembly, once they often to resist the move to impeach the governor, were threatened to be de-whipped from their political parties, to be removed from the House committees, and they didn't. We have two who were removed from those committees as a result of their stand not to impeach the governor.
Who are these two that were removed and de-whipped?
One is Honorable Frida Naitogi Tobu, who is a nominated member of UDA. The other one is Ruth Kananu, who is a nominated member of Devolution Empowerment Party.
Has Honorable Naito sworn an affidavit to support those allegations?
Yes, she has.
Have you seen that affidavit?
Yes.
Is it the affidavit contained in the governor's response? A smaller booklet? Are you able to trace it from your booklet?
I'm looking for it.
Page 90.
Yes, I'm there. Page 90.
Is that the affidavit of Honorable Frida Naito Gitobu?
Yes, it is.
Does it confirm that she was de-whipped for lack of support of the impeachment motion?
Yes, she has confirmed via her affidavit.
Who was the other member that you are aware of that was de-whipped?
Ruth Kananu, nominated member of Devolution Empowerment Party.
Do you have any document to show that that happened? You have not attached any document, right?
No document attached.
But that is your testimony that indeed she was also de-whipped.
She was de-whipped.
Let us go to my last question. Actually, second last. So then you did not vote for the impeachment of the governor?
I abstained.
You did not?
But
You abstained?
I abstained.
Were you in the floor of the House when this motion was being discussed and voted?
I wasn't present.
You were not present.
Yes.
Why were you not present in the floor of the House?
Now, the moment it was well known that me and some other 9 members, making it a total of 10, would not impeach the governor or vote for the impeachment motion, the atmosphere was highly charged outside the premises of the County Assembly. There were some goods that were under instructions not to let us in, and when one of us attempted to get there, that is Honorable John Muguna Thurandira, he was seriously assaulted at the gate of the County Assembly of Meru, and that one instilled fear to the 10 of us not to get into the County Assembly of Meru on that particular day.
Thank you. Let us go to the last question. There was a ceremony that took place at Nchero where members of County Assembly were in attendance.
Yes.
And were hosted by the Njorincheke.
Yes.
Do you know what transpired in that meeting, and do you know what dates those were?
The meeting was first functioned to be a tree planting exercise where the whole County Assembly was invited. Majority of the County Assembly members attended the meeting, but it turned out to be an oathing ceremony where the members of County Assembly were threatened with dire consequences in case they never accepted to impeach the governor of Meru.
You talk of dire consequences, and I believe you are fluent in the Meru dialect, right?
Yes.
That oath was administered in the Meru dialect?
It was.
What were the specific threats of dire consequences for those who withdraw support for the impeachment?
Now, the members were summoned in front of that gathering, And one of the Ngirin elders was heard telling them, "Urokumenya agachoka na nyuma, urokumenya agachoka na nyuma, akeja kunyomuma, kana akeja kiruntu." Meaning, if you know as a member that you retreat from this course, then you should not be part of this. And then the members, an oath was administered. And you know, majority of the members of county assembly are not members of Ngirin Cheke. Maybe they would fear the consequences because they don't know much about it. And that was one of the elements of coercion in this impeachment process.
At this moment, I would like you to look at one of the videos, KMV7. Kindly, can we play KMV7? Can we have more volume on that video? I believe it is more clear if the volume is increased. Honorable Speaker, this video is not very clear. For a moment, that video, kindly let's pause. Yes, so, Mheshimiwa,
Yes.
you have seen certain people in that clip.
Yes, I have.
From the county assembly so far, who have you identified?
There is a speaker of the County Assembly of Meru, Honorable Ayubu Bundi, and some members of the County Assembly as well.
There is a story one of the gentlemen is giving about a woman.
Yes.
In 2 minutes, kindly explain what that story is about.
Now, the elder is explaining to the members of County Assembly that a long time ago, the circumcision of men was a woman. And the woman would literally sit on the men. And I think that was a language that was being brought, to targeted to the governor. That is, they wanted the members to understand that the governor is literally sitting on men in Meru County.
Let's proceed watching the video kindly.
We are not making progress without video.
Kindly proceed and tell us what is being said.
Now, the elders, after summoning the members of County Assembly in front, the elder is telling them that
How many members of the County Assembly can you count approximately from the group that is there?
I can approximate that they must have been over 40.
Or 40?
Yes,
That's the majority.
it is.
Thank you. So what is the elder saying?
They are being told, if you think you retreat from this course, by the course you mean the impeachment of the governor, then you should not come for the whole thing, simply because a curse will accompany you and your family, and you forget about the Meru leadership.
Thank you. In your own assessment, did that amount to instilling fear among members of the County Assembly to support the impeachment motion?
From what I know about Jorin Cheke and its stature in Meru community, as well as the oath itself, how it is respected and feared by members of Meru community, that amounted to intimidation, it amounted to coercion, it amounted to instilling fear in the members of the County Assembly.
Lastly, this event was conducted on 14th of October 2023, am I right?
Very right.
By this time, the mover of the motion had not introduced the motion in the House.
The mover had not introduced the motion, and the motion was not even known by its content to the members of the County Assembly.
So it is your testimony that these members are being asked to support an impeachment motion that they had not seen.
They were being mobilized so that by the time the motion comes, they will be ready to impeach the governor.
And the oath was for them to take a stand even before
Yes,
the contents of the motion were known.
they were being mobilized in advance, even before the content of the motion was explained to them.
That's all for this witness, Mr. Speaker, sir. I leave him for cross-examination.